there's a place where there's no trouble, no more pain, no more struggle.
Hi there. Thank you for listening to Grounded in Maine today. My name is Amy. I actually don't have a guest today. I just wanted to, bring up some food for thought and start a conversation. We've talked about herbalism and foraging and chickens and recycling and sustainable products. And I've had this kind of thought rolling around in my head that I just sort of need to get out. And it's going to be messy, but I'm just, it's a conversation starter. So there we are. I promise you, I am not preaching. I'm not preaching. I am very, very imperfect, but I've been thinking a lot about sort of personal sustainability or physical sustainability. I'm not sure which would be more appropriate, but my thought is about processed foods. And that's just what I wanted to bring up. So I have been working in the medical field for almost a year now, and I worked with elders before that. So I just have kind of had this, I've been aware and noticing things, and it's just becoming more clear to me that this is going to sound really dumb, but we are very sick as a species. I mean, we have made our lives more complicated and trying to make them less complicated is kind of how it is in my head. Like, we created these processed foods to be shelf stable, so we didn't always have to have fresh food, and so that people could work all day and then come home and not have to spend the whole evening in the kitchen. And so we have these processed foods that have, they were designed to make our lives easier. And now I'm just seeing a lot of people. There's just a lot of like serious illness that just makes me concerned. And I'm this is not like groundbreaking or anything, but I just wanted to put that thought out there and see if people have, if you're aware of studies or if you have personal experience with this. I have a friend who had a child who was autistic. Well, he's still autistic, and she still has him. But when the diagnosis came, there was just so much research, and we had a lot of conversations about how, processed foods could be a part of that, a part of causing autism, but it also causes so many things. And I just wanted to, in that kind of blew my mind, hearing that. With the obesity epidemic and high blood pressure, high blood sugar, diabetes, cancer, like all of these things, that just makes me wonder how much we could possibly prevent just by eating more whole foods. And I'm not, like I said, I am not preaching. One of my favorite treats is mac and cheese, like boxed mac and cheese with the powdered cheese. I have it at least once whenever my husband goes away. But I just, I try to be really mindful about that. And if I am having mac and cheese, I'm going to add some tuna and some frozen peas and just make it a little, you can't see me, but I'm doing air quotes, healthier, to make it a little healthier, to get a little bit more nutrition out of that. But, and just in general, I think, just to be mindful, and I know that everyone isn't able to afford to eat all whole, fresh foods. I know I'm very lucky in my area to have so many farms available, and farm stands. And we have some space for gardening. So I'm just curious to know what you guys think about that. I feel like I had like just the long-term effects of highly preserved foods or processed foods, and just so like in the medical field that I'm working in now, I see a lot of people in their like 60s and 70s and 80s who were around when the big push for processed foods was coming on, and this is going to make your life so much better. And now that these folks are retired, they're spending their whole their existence in doctors' offices and hospitals, and with chronic issues. And obviously it's not everyone, but there are definitely people. So I've been just thinking about how I can be more mindful, and if there was a way to just, I don't know, not alleviate, but just kind of ease that whole process so it's not so harsh. And I would be curious to know if there are, solid links to specific health ailments. I just feel like long term, our mindset needs to be on long term, and maybe getting back to our roots, our great grandparents and such, like they grew their own food and they bartered with people, their neighbors, and they just, they got by on what they had. And I just wonder if that would be a reasonable thought for us now, with the supply chain issues and all the, the recycling troubles, and just in general, everything going on in the world today. Like, what would it be like if we just thought really hard about what we were buying and what we were putting in our mouths and putting on our bodies before we did that? Just to see if, like looking at labels, reading the labels, and even though it's not, it's not 100%. I'm finding that a lot of sustainability, in my mind at least, is mindset, and, setting your mind to making choices, or not. If you don't want to do that, then that is also your choice. But I just wonder how much weight that information holds for our future, I guess, is what I'm thinking. That is my message, such as it is. I just want to, like I said, I just wanted to start a conversation and get some thoughts going, and see if folks have ideas to share. And so even, not on this subject, if you prefer, like if there's something that you are not hearing from this podcast that you would like to hear about, please let me know. If you have information or stories that you want to share, please let me know, regarding sustainability, of course, or homesteading. I want to talk to you. I want to learn from you. I want us to learn from each other. That is the goal here. Thank you so much for listening today. I hope you have a great rest of the day. I will talk to you next week. As always, I have some folks to thank for helping me to put this podcast on. First is Buzzsprout for hosting the podcast. I would also like to thank Becca Coffron, who did the awesome artwork for my podcast cover, for Jane Bolduck and her music genius for the song that is on this podcast. Also, the folks at 10K Dollar Day for the encouragement and the clarity in getting this off the ground. Please give me a follow on Instagram at Grounded in Maine Podcast. I am pretty active there. I also have a Facebook page, and I apologize, I'm not as active there as I maybe should be. If you're on Instagram, give me a follow, Grounded in Maine Podcast, and I will update you to who is coming up next and what else is going on, and share cool things that I read from here and there. I hope you have a great week. I will be back next week.
There'll come a day, my mama told me, when I find love to have and hold me, a heart that's strong sincere. Just tell me, how do I get there from here? Oh, tell me, how do I get there from here? 'Cause here and now I'm so far down that mercy's bound to find me. We'll find a way to soothe the sickness. We'll heal the ache with sweet forgiveness. Wages of war will disappear. Just tell me, how do I get there from here? I wonder, how do I get there from here? Yeah, 'cause here and now I'm so far down that mercy's bound to find me. When that state of grace has finally found me, well, there'll be music, ooh, and good friends around me, yeah, yeah. And I'll just smile through happy tears.